I have come to talk about my new favorite phone. I know I have a new one every month, but this one's pretty impressive. This is the brand new Galaxy Note 5. And almost everything I'm going to talk about today would also apply to the newly announced Galaxy S6 Plus. 5.7 inches, an incredible screen. Beautiful, crisp screen, and a great looking body too. They've replaced the cheesy plastic back of the Note 4 with a nice glass back. Yeah, it's a little bit slippery, but boy, it sure feels good in your hand. And I have to say, given the size of the screen, you compare it, for instance, to the last year's iPhone 6 Plus. iPhone 6 Plus has a 5.5-inch screen, a smaller screen, and it looks like a bigger phone. It's heavier. They've really done a nice job with this Note 5. Let's talk a little bit about specs. 8-core processor. Actually, it's 2 quad-core Exynos processors in this phone. A fast one for when you really need the extra power, and a little bit slower one that you use almost all the time for battery conservation. 4 gigs of RAM, and I have to say, in most respects, this is very similar to the Galaxy S6, which I have. But giving it 1 gig more RAM makes a big difference in terms of performance. The S6 hesitates a little bit. It's a little slow, as some Android phones are. I never see that with the Note 5. This phone is fast. It's fluid. The screen, more than 500 dots per inch. The best camera on a phone, absolutely. An incredible camera that gives you a lot of nice features, including the ability to shoot RAW and a stream directly to YouTube feature, which is an exclusive right now with these new Samsung phones, although I imagine that'll migrate to other phones soon enough. Make this just a beast of a phone. Fingerprint reader on here doesn't require swiping anymore. You just touch it. It works quickly and accurately. The fingerprint reader is I think superb. Easy to work on with that 5.7-inch screen and the split screen features. You can get a lot of productivity. And of course, one thing that is unique in the Samsung Note 5 compared to the S6 Plus, it does have a stylus. Now, I do have to bring up Pengazi. Maybe you saw me on MacBreak Weekly when I was just playing with a stylus and inadvertently inserted it the wrong way. Now, if you say, well, gosh, that must be hard to do, let me just show you how easily it slides in the wrong way. I don't even have to push it. It fits in perfectly. Unfortunately, when it does, it will grab a little teeny plastic lever in here. That's the sensor that tells the phone when you've removed the pen. And it grabs the lever, won't come out. In almost every case, when you pull it out, you break the lever, you disable that ability to sense whether the pen is in the phone. The pen still works. You still have all the pen capabilities. What you lose is one thing, and I can't demonstrate it for you because it no longer works on my phone, the ability to draw on the off screen. Before I broke the pen sensor, removing the pen would turn on the special mode that I could take notes on a darkened screen. I don't really miss that. There is an upside to breaking your sensor, incidentally. You can turn off the sensor detection feature and save some battery life. I noticed a considerable improvement, like an hour a day battery life, by turning off that sensor. Let's talk about battery life. Of course, compared to the old Note 4, you no longer can remove that cheesy plastic back and use a second battery or put in an SD card. They've eliminated that, and they eliminated that feature in the Note 5. I'm getting about 12 hours battery life. That is the best battery life I've ever gotten on any Note. I don't know what they're doing to improve the battery life. And the quick charging means that I can get through to dinner, charge it at dinner, and be back at 100% before I'm done. Quick charging, not only on wired, but on wireless. I think that's a nice feature. I'm going to give it a pass on the battery life. They've done a lot to improve it. It doesn't get me through the whole day, but it's close enough that I'm going to say it's adequate. Not great, but adequate. It's not enough for me to say, don't buy this phone. I think it's an incredible, incredible phone. Probably the nicest phone I've ever used. Let's go through the pros and cons real quickly. On the pro side, best screen ever. I mean, really. Best camera ever. This is an incredible hardware device. The S Pen is a fabulous feature. If you do take notes, it gives you a lot of control that you wouldn't have with the tip of your finger. On the con side, the battery life isn't as long as I'd like it to be, and without a removable battery, you're stuck with recharging it in the middle of the day, but fast charging makes that a little bit less of a pain. The biggest negative on this, the biggest knock, is its price. This is a premium-looking phone at a premium price. This 64 gig version from AT&T cost me $850. That's painful, especially when phone prices are starting to go down. You get what you pay for, though. This is a gorgeous phone. So after looking at the pros and cons, Even after breaking my sensor by putting in the pen the wrong way, I'm still going to have to give it a buy. This is easily the best looking, the best usability, the best Android device I've ever used. In fact, I would say it's the best phone I've ever used. A definite buy on the Samsung Galaxy Note 5. You'll just be digging deep to do it.